Insurance is a very important thing and a must have for a lot of families. Now, everybody needs it, but a lot of people don't seem to want it. Today, I want to share reasons why you should want it and get one immediately. Imagine being married and having young children and buying a house, say 500,000, because that is the average house in US. What happens if one of you dies? What do you think will happen to the children? I know we plan to live forever or to live till our kids grow up, but I have to say sometimes things happen. Why not put things in place in case that thing happens, right? Like, what if something actually happens and everything now falls on the woman? Do you think she's going to have money to keep up with the mortgage, to be able to save the house, to be able to also pay for the kids' college education and have the same type of lifestyle that they had before you left? Chances are it's a big no. And that means that they are going to have to struggle, rely on government for assistance, and the whole life is going to change. Now, as a provider and as someone who's the leader of the family, do you not think that is wicked and careless not to plan? I know that is not likely to happen, but I've seen somebody sit in their apartment in the middle of the day having lunch, and a caterpillar crane crashes into the apartment and kills them. So do not tell me that it's not possible to leave early. What about Anthony Joshua and his friends on the way to Nigeria? Did anyone expect these young, healthy young men to just disappear? Things happen and you have to plan. Now, a lot of people tell me that my bills are too high. Insurance is expensive. Expensive compared to what? I bet you if you audit your bank statements or credit card, there is something that you're spending money on that you want, but it doesn't add value to your life. I'll take me for an example. A few years back, I noticed that I was paying for Netflix twice for over 2 years just because I spent my card in Colombia and someone picked up my credit card and was using it for Netflix. What if I told you that if you actually opened up your expense statements, that you can find something that you can spare and start to use that to apply to your payments? This is where we help out. We help out with debt management. We can actually do this analysis and look into your statements to find out exactly what you can free up so that you can start making payments for your insurance. Now, there are two types of insurance. One is the term insurance and the other one is the permanent insurance. If we look into the account and we don't find enough money and you only qualify for term, that is okay, but keep in mind that term expires. I know when we come into this world and when we leave, we want to make the world a better place. We want to leave something for our family to continue. If you do term insurance, you leave zero. All the money you put in gets lost. Only 2% of term policies ever get paid, which means that 98% of the time, they do not get paid. The other type of insurance, called the Index Universal Life, all the money that you put in, regardless of whenever you pass, that money goes to family. And to make matters even better, it goes to an index account that grows and increases 2 times or 3 times faster than inflation, which means that you actually have an investment account that's suited well for passing on legacy to your family. Now, I know in the best case scenario, we want to have assets, we want to have other things that we can pass, but life happens. With this, you have a guaranteed systematic way to leave things behind for your family, so now you can focus on other things. Now, there is a very important thing that you need to know. Index Universal Life has a lot of flack around the media about people that don't fully understand. If you want to get a very deep understanding of the product, do your own research, make your own assumptions, and reach out to me to offer some insights. I can offer some facts, but I will not change your mind. You do your research and you find what happens better. Yes, there's been agents that have try to sell the product for something that is not. They promise that it's the best investment in the world and all types of things. That's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that if your goal is to have a permanent life insurance that passes on to your family, guaranteed, as long as you make the payment, then you have the product. You have the right product. It's all about your goals. If you also have a business and you want to make sure that your partner is not stranded at time if anything ever happens to you, this is the policy that you need to get. You don't need term. However, if income is tight and there's nothing else you can do, right? And after we audit and we check and there's just not enough money to get term, you can start with term and later on you can exchange it to a much bigger policy or convert it to a permanent policy. Now, do not delay this any more days. Every single day you live, in addition, is a blessing. But do not take that for granted, because just as well as you live and healthy every single day, something can also change. I forgot to mention something. What if your health takes a drastic change? What if you get a surgery, or you have a stroke, or you develop one of these terminal illnesses that you might be able to come out of? Do you know that if any of these things happen, you are no longer able to get any kind of life insurance, not term and not index universal life? Why don't you start somewhere based on what you can afford? And when more money comes, you can increase it. That way, your health status is locked in today. Why delay? Why keep waiting? Why keep making excuses when you're spending money on unnecessary things? Make the action today.